Our next guest is a Pittsburgh-based actor, comedian, and dad. He could be in New York or LA, but he's chosen to stay here to make it in showbiz without leaving town. Aaron Kleiber does take his act on tour at comedy clubs across the country, but Pittsburgh is home and where he's raising his family. Aaron says it used to be that you had to be based out of New York or LA to make it in the entertainment business, but not anymore. Aaron's here with his partner in a new comedy special being filmed in Pittsburgh. Mike Killen, executive producer of Animal Inc. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
This is so great. I watched a little bit of your comedy this morning, and it like totally resonates with me. I totally get it.
Yeah,
in the thick of it.
Yeah, a lot. People say like if you don't have kids, but everyone kind of relates to. You have parents and nieces and nephews, and yeah, hopefully it relates to everybody. Yeah.
I love it. I was laughing about your date night on the couch.
Oh yeah, I love, like, you know, people think that like when you get married and you have kids that you can just sit around and do nothing. Yeah. And that's pretty much what we do. It's pretty boring. Yeah.
Which is how you guys came up with the title of the show being filmed.
Yeah, we titled it No Vacations.
I get it.
And I you know, I wanted kind of an homage to a movie dad like Chevy Chase and National Lampoon, and I saw that poster and we kind of developed a poster based on that, and then instead of vacations, just no vacations.
That's very, very good.
Because I don't get vacations. I don't.
No, oh, I get it. Yeah. I leave here and I say that I'm going to my second job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which does not come with a paycheck, by the way.
My wife is at home right now. Hello. Doing that job, and I don't want that job.
Do you pay her?
Yeah, I pay her in hugs and kisses.
Good for you. So how did you guys come to kind of collaborate on this special?
Yeah, what is the matter with you?
Listen, Aaron and I hooked up at we didn't hook up at but we hooked up at a Pittsburgh Dad event and started talking about it.
Yeah. And they have these things? Pittsburgh Dad event?
Well, no, the short film that they made, Streetlight Stories, my son plays Jeffy. Yeah, okay. my little guy.
And Aaron and I have worked together in multiple commercials, and we just started talking about putting his comedy in a special and putting it out there nationwide. And we just thought that would be such a unique idea to do it without distribution, and just put Aaron in a much longer form for the public to see what he can do.
I mean, you are really talented.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
You do well.
Thanks.
Thanks. We're all pretty good. Good job, everybody.
Well, Mike, let's talk a little bit about what you've been doing, because you had this great show. Yeah. I loved it. I watched Downward Dog. Yes. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, that was one of my favorite parts of my career. This is a bit of it, but favorite parts of my career was walking around the North Side with a crew of 100 people. Downward Dog taking over Pittsburgh, at least in pieces and parts, and it was one of the most fulfilling moments I've had to have a national show being shot around Pittsburgh.
It was really, and it was based on something you were doing on the web, right? You were just
we had a little web series that we did in Animal, and it was just fun. I've worked with animals all my career, and I always wanted to do something that had a new point of view from a dog. Everything's usually kind of cutesy and over the top, and this was just a dog that was really questioning his existence on Earth, and that was really the basis of it.
What did I see in one of the? They were 60% compatible. Is that what he
said?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And there was this big phenomenon, I don't want to take too much time on this, but there's a big phenomenon of dogs actually watch this show.
Get out.
People would Instagram and of their dog watching the show.
I'm trying to get people to watch my show.
Dogs would stop. Yeah, people would send in pictures of their dog watching the show.
That's how you know you're successful.
I think
my pets love your show.
That's right. Exactly. Right.
So let's talk about just being based in Pittsburgh, that you can make it. It's really neat.
Yeah, my wife and I, we did explore, you know, once I started touring nationally and headlining lots more and doing television spots, you know, it's like, should we move to Los Angeles? And really it comes down to math. I mean, it's just, you know, my wife and 3 kids, we can't just, you know, let's just move to Los Angeles.
Right. Where do you live in Los Angeles with 3 children?
And, you know, and he was there, and he has his company here now that films.
You moved out of LA.
Yeah, I born here, lived there twice, and moved back here.
Right. So now we're both making it from here, and Pittsburgh's making that happen. You know what I mean? Like, we're able to do that so that, you know, I can live here and not break my bank. You know what I mean? And travel all over the country, and then having a studio like Animal come in and like, hey, we should do this together is pretty
big deal.
What the joke is, I kept looking at him like, we're doing this, right? Like, you're really doing this? Are you sure?
We're still sure. I think we are, actually.
We're doing it March 3rd. We're doing it.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit more about the show. I have to ask, does your wife ever get mad at you?
No, I'm not one of those comedians. I talk about my wife and kids and marriage and life, but I'm not one of those comedians like, oh, my wife, ball and chain. And my wife and kids are amazing. It's just my perspective and how goofy I am and how I tell you about my life. It's not, she doesn't get mad. She knows it's all kind of a little made up and embellished, and it's no big problem. Plus, she cashes all the checks, so she don't care.
Are these like real things that have happened, or are they just made up jokes?
I take little grains of rice and then pound them into mashed potatoes.
Oh, very nice.
Is that
like you're feeding a family of 5?
Yeah, it's a good analogy. That's pretty much how I live life too.
Yeah.
And so do you kind of perform for him so that you guys can get an idea?
Yes, I go over his house.
Oh, do you?
And then,
Does he sit on his couch?
Yeah.
No.
Like I've been sending them sending them videos and kind of figure out what we're doing and they kind of know what I do on stage, and they're going to film it on March 3rd. It's going to be exciting.
He was just in Homestead Improv a couple weeks ago, right?
Oh yeah, weeks ago. Yeah,
a couple weeks ago. That was great. We got to
see me live a little. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So set the stage for us for March 3rd. What's happening?
On March 3rd at the Carnegie Library of Homestead Music Hall. Ooh. It's a big mouthful. We're filming 2 shows, 7 and 10 p.m. because that's how you have to do it in case you make any mistakes or if I fart on stage. I have no idea what's going to happen. But 2 huge shows, and we need people to come and be there and support a Pittsburgh dad.
It'll be fun to watch too because we'll have 7 or 8 cameras rolling around. Actually, maybe even more because, we've been talking. Yeah, there might be some more cameras rolling around, setting up, and it's going to be kind of a mixture of a technical event and live event, and I think that's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah.
So you're talking about doing this on a national scale. So where do you go from here after the filming is done?
Well, we have such a Animal has such a great history in documentary too. This, beyond Downward Dog.
Oscar winner.
No.
There was an Oscar, right?
No.
What happened? What they win? Go ahead.
Sundance. Won Sundance.
Sundance.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
And what was that film? What was the film?
Blood Brother.
Yeah.
Blood Brother. Yeah. Which was a great experience to be in Sundance. It's such a small studio, versus the world, and we ended up winning the Jury Award and the Audience Award, which was great.
Yeah. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. So we have experience creating product and then looking for the distribution later, and that's what happened with Downward Dog. We did a web series. We've done our documentary. So we're looking at it in the same way. So it might not be exactly how you normally see a comedy special. So we're open to. We're filming some behind the scenes of Aaron's life, what happens in his daily world. So it's not going to just be a stand-up comedian special.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. You're such a funny guy.
You're the best.
Great that you guys are collaborating on this. Thank you so much for coming on, making us laugh this morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you can come to Aaron Kleiber's live comedy special taping, No Vacations, I Get It, on Saturday, March 3rd. There are 2 shows, one at 7, the other at 10 at the Carnegie Music Hall of Homestead. Look for more details and tickets at kdka.com/PTL.